Hey team, this is Nathan from RunDreamAchieve.com. Today's topic and video, I wanted to go over how to take time off from running. This is a very interesting topic because I think so many of us, whether we're middle distance runners, sprinters, long distance runners, we have such a hard time getting away from the sport. And it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, this is just running. There are so many other things and so many more important things that are out there. Our families, our health, obviously, getting out and running is important, but at the same time, having some time away from the sport will recharge you and rejuvenate you, and more importantly, will heal, help heal your body from all the training, the long runs, the tempo runs, the track workouts you're doing. And the reason why I'm making this video is another question I received this week from Graham Badenhausen. I hope I'm not butchering your name there, Graham, but you got any tips on how to, his question is, you got any tips on how to disconnect from running? My high school career ended yesterday, and it hit me really hard after that it's all over thinking of all the experiences I have. I feel like running won't be the same when I'm not training for anything, and it feels like I got a big void in my life now. Okay, I understand where you're coming from, Graham, and congratulations, in the fact that you finished high school, and correct me, leave a comment below this video if I'm wrong, but if you're finishing high school, your best running is decades from now. You're obviously very young if you're still in high school. If you're looking toward college, you'll still be able to compete in college, and even if you're not planning on going to college, there are so many road races, there's so much excitement, so many things that you're going to be doing in the future, and the fact that you're healthy and you can get out and train and to prepare for other road races. I mean, road racing is huge, and I know you feel like there's a big void in your life right now, and the fact that you've just finished up your high school career, there's no other races that at least for high school races that are coming up, and it does feel. I remember when I finished high school too. There is a void in the fact that you finished up your senior year. There's no other state meet or district meet or regional meet, and you feel like there's at times there's not really anything to really look forward to. But at the same time, if one of my best recommendations, in terms of tips on how to disconnect from running, first and foremost, take some time away. It's going to do you more good than bad in terms of giving yourself a break. Pat yourself on the back, spend some time with some friends, family, and look back at your career and all the positives and the things that you did. I'm sure that it was valuable and extremely impressive. The fact that you got through 4 years, you competed through cross country, I'm sure, track, indoor track, outdoor track, all those track races, competing against athletes that were better than you or you were better than them. Be proud of that and know that the future and what you're going to be doing in the future is going to be pretty awesome. Like I said, there's if you're looking at college, obviously you're going to be able to compete in college. If you're not looking at college, look at all the road races that are out there for you. I mean, it's exciting to transition from high school and to know that, hey, I can still get out there and compete. I can still improve upon my times. Maybe your amount, your best event was 1600 meter, maybe it's 3200 meter, and maybe you're looking now toward training for a 5K or your first half marathon, or looking at a marathon down the road. Just know this, and I don't place limits on athletes because I never placed any limits on myself. So there's no limits really to what you can do. It's just a matter of how badly you truly want to get out and prepare, and how good do you truly want to be. Greatness is not the same as being average. Average, is just kind of tinkering around and maybe training once a week or twice a week and just kind of saying, I'll see what I can do, and if I can get better, then great. If not, I'm going to go on and look to other things. And there's not necessarily nothing wrong with that. There's some athletes out there that over the years that quit far too soon, but they just didn't want to continue to prepare and to put in the time and effort that it takes to be a great athlete. And I don't blame them. I mean, it takes a ton of time and energy to really be great in the sport. And so those athletes that chose to do other things, kudos to them. They went towards something that they desired and that they wanted. But the fact that you're asking this type of question tells me already that yes, you do want to succeed. You want to get better. You want to get faster. You have the desire and drive to improve upon what you did in high school. Write down your goals. Another tip: make sure you're writing down your goals. Most athletes they don't have what they want to do. Actually, they have it rolling around their head, but they don't actually write it down and actually see it. Put your short-term and long-term goals in your bathroom, paste them on pasty notes, on stick-it notes in your bathroom on the mirror. Write them down, put them in your wallet. Make sure you continue to remind yourself of what you really want to do. Is it to qualify for the Boston Marathon? Is it to qualify for to run a 10K under a specific time? Or what is it that you want? What is your why? What is it that got you out to train for 4 straight years in high school and to compete? What was the factors behind that? So and I have gotten this question asked quite a bit over the years too from athletes. How do you disconnect from running? How do you get away from being in that zone where you're just so focused and zeroed in on what you want, and all you're doing is training. And then once you're training, the races are over or the season's over, then what? My recommendation is then what is you take some time away and I had no issue whatsoever. I was very driven in high school, college, all through my professional career as a professional runner. I was always driven, but at the same time, I loved my time off. And so I would take, about a month off completely each year, 2-week breaks twice a year, or 3 weeks. Or if I had an injury, I did the very best I could not to continue to run on injuries. I would try alternatives. If I had tight Achilles tendonitis, which I had several times over the years, I'd do pool running. As boring as it is, pool running, you have zero impact on your joints and ligaments. So that is without question a great remedy if you ever get injured and you have some kind of issue with Achilles tendonitis or sore calf muscles or shin splints. Get in the pool, the deep end of the pool. That way you have no impact and you can still do aerobic workouts and anaerobic workouts. The only downside to pool running obviously is it's extremely boring. But again, if you can get some tunes nearby and you have some music playing, you'll get through it. Even if there's no music, you gotta maintain your enthusiasm. Make sure that what drives you to get into the pool or what drives you to train is those goals that you have, short-term and long-term goals. But just remember, at the end of the day, how fast you run doesn't dictate who you are. There's athletes that I know that ran far slower than I ever ran, that have far more knowledge than I have, that are much more articulate, that know about training and specifics about anaerobic training and exercise physiology even more than I know. And so it's not based upon your knowledge and expertise is not based on how fast you run. There's coaches, great distance running coaches out there that never ran, but they're phenomenal at what they do because they got in the books and they studied exercise physiology, kinesiology, and they were driven to learn to be better coaches and mentors and guides to those that they coached. So I hope this is helpful for you, Graham. Don't feel bad, man, in terms of knowing that your high school careers are over, but just be reminded of what the possibilities that are going to be for you in the near future. You still have road racing. Like I said, there's USA Track and Field is a huge organization here in the States. If you're not here in the States, there's road races everywhere, and you'll always have competition. You'll always have somebody that's faster than you out there. That's what motivated me too. Even I felt the way you felt, especially after college, because after college, I'm like, man, I'm so used to training and racing in high school and college. When I finished college in 2000, and I was surrounded by some phenomenal people at Malone University. Jack Hazen was my coach. Jack Hazen was the 2012 Olympic men's and women's USA distance running coach. He's still at Malone University. He's been there for about 55 years. Definitely Google Jack Hazen. I was very fortunate to have been trained by him, but I also had some really world-class athletes that I was training with even in college. And then I went on to enlist in the U.S. Army in 2002. Eventually, after a lot of struggle and continual training, became a part of the U.S. Army World Class Athlete Program, ended up making 2 Armed Forces World cross-country teams, and ended up running a 2:19 marathon when I was with that unit. None of it came easy. None of it. I've had setbacks just like everybody else. I've had injuries. I didn't have a great deal of talent. I had an enormous amount of work ethic. And you have to rely on that. So the fact that you're asking this type of question already tells me you're already successful. You already want to get to that next level when you're running, and it's just a matter of staying committed to what you truly want to do. Make some time goals. I want to run a 10K in this specific time, under this specific time, and by this date. I want to run a marathon under a said time that you have in mind by this date. And make it a challenge, and keep those things in mind to keep you motivated to get out the door every single day. And just know that just because high school isn't over, it doesn't mean your career of running is over. You have decades of running left in you. I didn't run my personal best for the marathon until I was 31. I'm 45 now. I can still go out and run very quick times even at my age now. But I started running when I was 15. So I started running as a freshman in high school. Running the mile, the 1600 meter, my best time as a freshman was 5:09 for the 1600 meter. I get comments all the time here on the channel from athletes that are in 8th grade or freshmen that are saying they ran the 1600 in like 4:30, or running the 3200 meter in like 9:30 or 9:40. Some athletes get faster sooner, some athletes get much faster later. And that's how I was. I was a 4:25 1600 meter guy in high school by the time I graduated, 9:46 for the 3200 meter by the time I graduated from high school. And then I continue to train, continue to work on implementing different strategies. I continue to study from the best coaches. I continue to read books. So those are other things you can think about doing. Make sure that you're reading up, studying what the best middle to long distance runners are doing. Learn from those coaches that are out there. There's so many good books. Dr. Jack Daniels is another great coach. Look his books up. Road to the Top by Dr. Joe Vigil, who's a mentor of mine, is a great book as well. Podcast, watch videos like this. Plenty of other athletes online as well that are out there that are sharing great information. So definitely check them out too. And those are some of the things I would be willing to share with you. Hopefully this particular video is helpful for you. And if there's any other questions for any of you all out there, including Graham, that are having issues, either with motivation or just having issues maybe with dealing with an injury or psychological issues, if it's something mental that's giving you issues in terms of your racing and you're wondering what is going on, anything related, whether it's running related, business related, anything related to anything that's on your mind, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always definitely open to your questions and concerns, and hopefully these videos are helpful to you all. So I wish you all the best, Graham. Stay committed. It's not over. Your best running is, like I said, man, years from now. So it's just a matter of developing your commitment, having a plan. Look at the resources below all of my videos. Definitely check those out. There are a lot of resources here that'll help speed up your progress. Don't let up, and just know that your best running is years from now. Several months from now, you're going to have other things that are going to fire you up. You just feel down right now, but allow yourself some time to decompress and heal up. Give yourself a couple weeks off. Relax. Eat whatever you want. Drink whatever you want. Just kind of enjoy life, and then get back out on the road and continue on with your progress. So I wish you all the best, Graham. Hope this video is helpful for you all, and I will talk to you all in the next video.